For many years, I've heard people say if someone's a new believer, they should start by reading the Gospel of John. I've heard that a lot, but honestly, I never understood why. I've read the Gospels before, but no one explained what makes John different or why that different is important. This course helped me see that the Gospels are not just random, they are written with a purpose. Each Gospel is carefully shaped to teach something specific about Jesus. That means the authors are not just telling stories, they're guiding the reader to understand Jesus in a certain way. What really stood out to me the most is that John does something unique. John doesn't slowly build up to who Jesus is, but John starts from there. In the very beginning, John wants the reader to know who Jesus truly is. Not just what he does, not just what he teaches, but who he is at his core. This is important because how you begin shapes everything else. If you misunderstand who Jesus is, then his words, his actions, his teachings, they can all be misunderstood. John removes that confusion very early. He wants the reader to have a clear foundation. Why does this matter a lot for new believers? Well, when someone is new to the faith, they usually have some big questions in their mind. Sometimes they tell what the question is, and sometimes they hold it back. Questions like, who is Jesus really? And why do I should trust him? Why does it matter to my life right now? John speaks clearly to those questions. He doesn't assume that the reader already knows the answers. John will keep coming back to the same themes again and again. And they are belief, life, and identity. Relationship with Jesus. He repeats these ideas so that the reader doesn't miss them. He's not trying to overwhelm the reader, but he's inviting the reader to step closer to trust, to believe, and to know Jesus personally. This is why the Gospel of John is often easier to start with. Not because it's shorter, not because it avoids deep ideas, but because it's clear about what matters the most. John helps people understand that faith is not just information. Faith is not just knowing facts, but faith is trust. Faith is receiving life and staying connected to Jesus. And John shows that belief is not passive. It shapes how a person lives, how they see God, and how they see themselves. This helped me personally. Now, when I recommend the Gospel of John, I'm not just copying what other people say, but I understand the reason. John gives us a clear picture of Jesus from the very start. It removes all the confusion. It helps build confidence. It helps people to know who they are trusting. So if someone is new to the Bible or unsure where to begin, the Gospel of John is a strong place to start. Read it slowly. Pay attention to who Jesus says he is. Notice how often John returns to belief, life, and trust. And let John guide you into knowing Jesus and trusting Him.